Happy Hanukkah, boys and girls, and moms and dads, and grandmas and grandpas. It's been such a pleasure spending Hanukkah with you and bringing you stories for each night. But we finally reached the eighth candle. I want to thank our friend Mr. David Winter for helping me to bring you these stories. We started Hanukkah with a story of my friend Herschele, and I thought maybe we would finish Hanukkah with him as well. Just to remind you, in case you've been too busy filling your head with stories and your tummy with latkes since we started Hanukkah together, Herschele worked for the Rebbe Reb Baruch of Mezebozh, and he had only one job: to make the Rebbe laugh. And as I told you, the Rebbe Reb Baruch was a pretty serious guy, and it wasn't easy. But Reb Herschele made him laugh. Why? Because Reb Herschele didn't know the meaning of the word no, and he always had some clever way to get whatever it was he wanted or needed. It happened once that Reb Herschele came in to town late at night. It was cold, it was wet, and he was very hungry. So he went to an inn. An inn is like a combination of a hotel and a restaurant. And he knocked very hard on the door. The innkeeper's wife came to the door and said, "I'm sorry, we're closed. Good night." He said, "Wait. I need something to eat." She says, "I'm very sorry, we're closed." He said, "If I don't get something to eat, I'm going to do what my father did." Well, he sounded so scary. She didn't know what he was talking about, but she figured she'd better open the door, and she took him inside. And he sat down at the table, and she gave him some crackers. Well, he began to eat the crackers. He says, "I'm very hungry, and if I don't get something to eat, I'm going to do what my father did." She said, "Well, what did you have in mind that would help you not be so hungry?" He said, "Well, some fish would be nice, and some chicken, and some bread, and some potatoes, and maybe some nice radishes, and let me see, oh yeah, bread stuffing, and maybe just a little meat, and maybe a cake for dessert with tea." Well, she was so nervous and wanted to make sure that this crazy stranger didn't do what his father did, that she started bringing food out of the kitchen like it was Shabbos and like she was serving everybody in town. She brought him a big piece of fish, and Herschele finished it off just like that. But by the time he finished the fish, she was already with some chicken. And do you know why? Because she didn't want him to be hungry, because he might do what his father did. So Herschele ate the chicken, and not one piece, and not two pieces. It was about 5. And in between them, some potatoes, and some bread stuffing, and about a loaf of bread like this. And he kept eating, and eating, and eating, until all he had room for was cake. And she brought him a nice big cake with tea, and he finished the cake and said, "I can't eat another bite." She said, "Do you mean you're not hungry anymore?" He said, Oh, I am so not hungry. No, madam, it was delicious. I am not, definitely not, may I emphasize, not hungry." And he got up to leave. And she said, excuse me, sir, Would you mind if I asked you a question? Well, of course, madam. Your father, when he got really hungry, like you're not, right? You're not hungry. When he got that way, what did he do? Herschele said, oh, my father? And he didn't get any food? He went to bed hungry. And that's the story of Reb Herschele. Wishing you all a wonderful, happy Chanukah. May the lights of Chanukah burn in your sweet, pure hearts till you're 120. See you soon. And by the way, if you like these stories, maybe ask your mom and dad to send me an email at jir@rjconline.org, and maybe we can get some more stories to you without having to wait all the way till next Chanukah. Promise me you won't forget to say Shema before you go to bed, so Hashem can watch over you while you sleep. Good night, my dears.